Gonna be going through some sniping tips and tricks, how you guys can improve as a sniper, or just overall if you guys ever pick a sniper up or you want to change your playstyle. We're gonna be covering it all today, so sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. In this first scenario, you're gonna see, we're gonna have a couple of clips here with just standard snipes, but this first one I really wanted to break down. So in this situation, you're gonna see that we spot the opponent. Okay, so right now we're going through and we can spot the opponent. So what we're gonna do, the first thing is we're gonna jump and use the cover to line up our shot. So right now we're going through, we're lining up our shot, but I want you guys to pay attention to my middle crosshair. The middle crosshair is going to be really important because that's going to be my centering. Okay, the centering is going to allow me to essentially plan my shot before I even take it. So right now we go through, and as soon as I see him now, you can see with my crosshair we're going away, we're backing away, and now I saw him on the other side of the wall. So if I was to use this kind of pen here, I know that roughly he's on around the other side of the wall. Okay, so in this scenario, all I'm going to do is think, okay, all I need to do here is line up my shot to a certain area where all I need to do is jump and my shot will hit him, you see? So we're essentially lining up our shot using the cover. It's a really effective way, and something I always try to do, especially with a sniper, is use the cover to line up the shot. Something I've actually started to do a bit more, especially with like the Car 98, because it's a one-shot kill in the head, right? If you can use a cover and get your shot off, it'll be really, really effective. So we're gonna keep going here. The next thing is the bullet drop. For me, the bullet drop is really, really noticeable, especially, I don't even know if that's a word, but the bullet drop is something I really started to notice, especially in Warzone compared to multiplayer. But even scenarios like this, he's not too far away, right? This player's not too far away, but if you don't account for the bullet drop, what ends up happening is the player ends up getting away because you're shooting just behind him. So in these scenarios, what you want to do is you want to shoot just in front of them. So you see right there, I missed. So now we're going to go through. We're going to shoot just in front of the player. If you can shoot just in front of the player, what happens is you're basically accounting for the bullet drop and you're going to get more kills. The other thing is if they're not moving, it's a bit different. It's more when they're moving left to right. That's when you want to account for the bullet drop. If they're in a straight direction, if they're in front of you, you don't need to worry about it too much. But you're seeing right now, we go through again, lining up our shot, waiting, playing it patiently. And can you see how we hit a bit higher? Can you see we hit a bit higher than we needed to? Again, it's all about that bullet drop. So yes, this opponent's right in front of me. He's not too far. And if I want to hit a headshot now, all I'm going to do, you're going to wait, see where we aim. Can you notice right there? Like, we actually aim a little bit above him. It's not on his head. It's a little bit above him. But when we shoot, it actually misses just by a tiny bit. So we go through now, and you can see right there, we're now aimed just a millimeter above his head and we hit a headshot. So it really comes down to distance. If he was a bit further away, I think the first shot would have killed him. But because he wasn't that far, the bullet drop wasn't that dramatic. That's why I aimed a little bit lower. So it's all about accounting for that bullet drop. It's all about kind of working on your shot and adjusting it, having a feel for the distance. So right now we go through, you can see we missed the first shot. So straight away when I miss, I realized the bullet went just above his head. So I'm going to move my aim a little bit lower, and we get the kill. So always adjust for the bullet drop when sniping. Go through to the next clip here. I'm making one shot. Something I'm really kind of doing, I would say more often now, is using my secondary with my sniper. So right now, look what we do. We go across and we make him weak. As soon as I live marked him now, he's weak. Instead of waiting here and sniping, I know the zone's going to close in. I'm actually going to push him, be aggressive. Because he's so weak here, I'm going to use my SMG. But the sniper is doing the first bit of damage. The sniper is making him weak enough. So I always like using the sniper as a first kind of first instincts. And then from there, I like to use my secondary. But overall, it really comes down to prediction. Right now, you can see, once again, it just comes down to predicting where opponents are going to come from. In this next clip, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So wait for it right now. Right now, we can see the opponent go to the left-hand side. So as soon as he goes to the left now, there's only two real spots he can come from. One is this right area here. He could push this right area, but I can see he's revealing himself. So once he reveals himself once, I know that there's a high chance he's going to peek the same angle. So instead, I go back to the angle and I hold it. So it really comes down to predicting where the opponents are going to be. Same scenario here. We go through, we're going to pre-aim the head glitch, we get another kill. My voice is going. I'm talking so fast. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're back. The next thing we're going to do is break down this 1 versus 3 because I think, once again, it gives you guys good insight of what to do in these scenarios. So right now, you're going to see what to do in a solo squad situation when you're playing with a sniper. So we go through and we get the first shot. The first thing I'm going to do is back away. All I'm going to use now is the natural cover, and I'm simply going to try and get some headshots. So we go across. The first player lands in. You can see we make him weak. Now this player's weak. The headshot doesn't really matter. Because he's so weak, all I have to do is hit another body shot. So we go through and we get that kill. As soon as I get a shot from the right, we pay attention to the right opponent. We go through, you see we go into the cover, then we back away, and we're actually going to live mark. For me, the live mark is one of the most important features, especially with a sniper, because it allows you to get into cover, refocus, kind of center onto your opponent and get the kill. And that's exactly what we do here. We live mark, get the second kill. Now we're going to go through, and it's just a really effective way of playing in those scenarios, just using the cover and using everything around you. Once again, we go through, you can see every time we hit them, we back away, hit them, back away. I feel like with sniping, it really comes down to just practice and practice. It's a very specific and very unique weapon, but in clips like this, even though we weren't expecting that gunfight, you can see because we were because we were patient with the first guy, it went more of a snap. As soon as I went for the second guy, it was just a nice snap. We turn around and we kill him. So it really comes down to just being patient. And right there, you're seeing I'm missing 2 shots. So don't get too annoyed at yourself if you're missing those shots. It really comes down to practice and patience. I think that's a perfect example. The fact that I missed these 2 shots and then I hit the third really tells me everything I need to know about consistency. It's one of those things where this was a lot harder of a shot, but it really comes down to bullet drop and understanding as a sniper what to do, what not to do. And I would also say another kind of tip that I have for people trying to snipe or just get better in general is try to move as much as you can. I feel like whenever I face a good sniper and I face a bad sniper, the big difference I find personally is like the good sniper always moves left and right. He always, you know, snakes behind cover. He's effective. He's hard to kill. But the bad sniper, he normally just stands still. He takes way too long to line his shot up. And I always notice a good sniper from a bad sniper based on that one tip alone. The next thing I would say is like, if you're sniping, it doesn't mean you have to snipe only. I think people have this big thing in their head where it's like, I'm using a ray gun or I'm using a sniper and you can't kind of switch between the two. And I think that gets you killed a lot of the time. The sniper is such a powerful tool. It's such a strong and powerful weapon, but it's very situational. You don't want to be running into squads of 4 with a sniper trying to 1v4 them. It's not going to go your way most of the time. But scenarios like this, right, you can see where we're in cover, we're going through, we're moving left and right. And I think we're going to end that one there, showing you guys a perfect example. So I think this is a great example of what I mentioned earlier about, you know, using cover effectively. Right now, what you're going to see is the difference between a good sniper and a bad sniper, in my opinion. What you're going to see is, I'm not saying I'm a good sniper, but what I did well here was use my movement. And I want you to notice how my opponent plays this. So what I noticed from him is he was a sniper that was kind of focused on his shot, but not really on his movement. And I think this is where people go a little bit wrong. If we look now, you see how we're snaking, right? He's not moving now. He's behind that piece of cover. So I now know whenever I peek, I just have to line my shot up and hit him. But can you see how we're moving left and right and we're being a little bit harder to track? Again, I'm not saying I'm a great sniper, but I think that's definitely a big part of it. If you guys are trying to improve with a sniper, you want to add movement. Look at my perspective, how he looks, just to show you guys a different angle. He's not moving, and it's really kind of easy to hit him because he's not being evasive. So look what he does. He's standing still, and you can see even though I missed my first shot, I was able to line up my second shot, and now my crosshairs in the middle, I'm able to line up my third shot and we're able to kill him, all because he wasn't moving. So if you guys can reverse engineer the problem, whenever you get an easy kill, sometimes ask yourself, what did they do wrong? Or if you die to a better player, what did they do well? You can kind of go through and start to manipulate and start to pick out the important parts, and that's a perfect example of when to use movement in your gunfights. So now we're going to go through, and it's yeah, I mean, we'll go through a few more and we will kind of end it there, but most of the time I think it really comes down to practice. And you're seeing it again, when someone's not moving, when you have a sniper, it's very easy. Centering is the most crucial part. You're seeing it right now, and that's an excellent clip to end it on. We go through, you see we end up, you know, using our crosshair. We go across, we're going to track him with our crosshair, we're going to go through. As we land here, we're going to hit a shot. Now let's say I didn't kill him there. What I would have done is I would have went into cover on the right, hid behind cover, got my SMG out and re-challenged him. It's always about that backup plan, because you can't rely on the snipe hitting every single time. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.